friends, it is Wednesday, January 22nd, and it is also the 100th day of school. So I just got to school, I set up some balloons. I was gonna try to set them up yesterday, but came to my realization that I was not gonna blow those up here. So my husband blew them up last night for me. But anyways, I am gonna take you on the journey with me today through our 100th day of school. And really quickly, I'm about to show you kind of how I have my classroom set up and some of the things I already have on my students' desks for them to get started on as soon as they get here. Okay, so first things first is I just have these little pom-poms, and then, all right, it just says, "Oh, what fun." And now that I look at this, it's completely off-centered, but it's the thought that counts. So then I have some little pom-poms up there. Then I have some little garland, and then around the room I have little 100-day smarter signs. And then on students' desks, I have a morning worksheet for multiplication. And then each student has this on their desk. It says, "You are one smart cookie, happy 100th day of school." And then on the back, it just says, "From Miss Welch." And so essentially, I have activities planned for the entire day. I hate to say that I'm straying away from the standards today, but I came to the realization, because I'm one that I stick with my plans all the time. I don't really do fun things, I guess, other than that I incorporate with our lessons. But I really wanted to just do something fun for my kids. And so I said, you know what? We're gonna celebrate the 100th day of school. It is 4:08, it's the end of the day. I made it. Around 12 o'clock, I literally started to get tired. My eyes got heavy and I was like, oh no, this can't happen. So, but anyways, here I am, I made it. And now I wanted to share a few things with you guys of what we did today for the 100th day of school. So keep watching. I am going to be showing you 5 to 6 different activities that we did today. I'm going to try to go in the order in which I did them and explain them in hopes that maybe you can use them for your 100th day. Okay, so the very first thing we did this morning was, well, my kids started their reading challenge, so I'll cover her name. But this particular student, she wrote her books down and how many pages. The goal was to read 100 pages by the end of the day, actually by 3:30, which is our dismissal time. So she was one of my first ones to get all of them done, so she turned it into me. And that was for the entire class. So another thing we did was they were given this little piece. They had to spell as many words as they can, but only using the letters, or words using the letters from 100 days. And some of my kids really struggled with this. So we came back together, whole group, and we added to our lists. And it was really cool to see what a lot of my kids came up with, because they came up with things that I didn't even think of. But this is always one of my favorite activities. I actually always do this for, if it's about to be Christmas break, I'll put Christmas break, and they have to put or make as many words as they can using just those letters. They always have fun with this. So this is a really simple activity. I don't think the person's name is on this, but I'll find it and I'll link it in the description. Alright, so after that, this was one of my favorites. I was really nervous because I didn't know how they would feel about this, but number 2 is taking black construction paper and die cutting a 1, a 0, and a 0, and having the students make whatever they can out of those numbers. So what I mean by that is they were actually given a 1, a 0, 0, and they could place it anywhere on the paper, but they had to make a picture. Okay, so this particular student, I don't know if you can tell, but she made it into a person. I'm assuming this might be a barrette or some sort of a clip. I thought that was so cool. And it really gives my students an opportunity to have an outlet for creativity. And there weren't really any guidelines. They just had to make it into some sort of a picture. This student made it into a tractor. That's the person on the tractor. So that was kind of cool. And it says a farm. And I told them that they needed to have things in the background. Like, I didn't want it just to be the 1, the 0, 0 in the picture. Like, they needed to actually have it incorporated into something. This one actually made a unicorn. Well, that was kind of cute. Because I'm going to be honest, when they were making these, I was like, Lex, what would you make yours into? I really had no clue. One of my students loves Godzilla, so he made it into a Godzilla piece. Let's see. This one, when she was actually making this, I was like, wait, you need to glue your piece. She said, wait, it's gonna be cool, trust me. And I said, okay. And down here it says, where is it at? Right here. It says, getting ready for the apocalypse. And it says, stop. It says to the side, like somebody's directing it. So, I don't know, I still thought it was kind of cool. She traced all of the pieces. I don't know, it was just interesting. And then I had this one student, a very bright student, and he just sat there. And I was like, you gotta think of something, come on. And he came up with the coolest idea. But he made a car. A race car. I was like, look, he made a race car. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. He even added 100 days in there. And I was like, what? Just, I don't know. It was really fun things. But they just had a half a sheet of white paper. Or I say a half a sheet because I use like the really long pieces of construction paper and then I cut them in the middle. And so I had them a white sheet of construction paper. And literally I took black construction paper. I went to the library and like our Ellison cutter and I cut a 1, a 0, and a 0. That's what we got. And it was really fun. Okay, so I honestly already lost track. But the next thing that I'm going to show you is this. It's the 100-second challenge. I did this actually during my social studies class. And I was afraid my kids were going to think it was like silly. But y'all, they had the best time. Okay, so what it is they're timed activities. And they had to estimate what they think that they could accomplish in 100 seconds based off of the activity that was going on. So like for instance, number 1 was how many times can you clap your hand in 100 seconds? They had to write their estimate, and then I set my timer, and then they had to count as they did it. Another one was like how many 100s can you write in 100 seconds? How many times can you hop up and down for 100 seconds? How many times can you write your name in 100 seconds? How many sit-ups can you do in 100 seconds? How many times can you write the date? How many arm circles can you do? How many popcorns can you do in 100 seconds? How many jumping jacks? And then how many tally marks? We actually did not finish this. This was super long and it took a lot longer than I had expected it to. So by the end of the day, my kids were like, Miss Welch, can we please finish tomorrow, please? And so, y'all, this was so fun. And this was by I Want to Be a Super Teacher. And this is the website is iwantobeasuperteacher.com. But I'll also try to link it down below as well. Alright, so another one. This was in math. I thought this was really fun. But my kids had to get a red and a blue crayon. Okay, they also had a coin. They had to take the coin. If the coin flipped on heads, they had to color their box red. If it flipped on blue, they had to color, or if it flipped on tails, they had to color it blue. So, let's see. So, they had to essentially flip their coin 100 times, and then they had to tally up, or they had to count how many heads did they end up getting and how many tails. And then when you added them together, it should have equaled 100. It should have. Okay, so the kids had a lot of fun with this. It was cute, and it took up quite a bit of time, actually. And we went to science. Now, we did spend a little bit of time today trying to catch up with our reading and log our books or our pages that we read for the 100-page challenge. But then we went outside. And at first I was like, oh, this is kind of strange. Like, they're not going to like this. But I remember just how much my kids loved our environmental science unit, like our conservation and pollution, and they were obsessed with picking up trash and helping our environment and how it saves the animals and how it takes away from what can end up being some sort of other pollution, like air pollution. And it was just, they're like, Miss Welch, we can't have land pollution, blah, blah, blah. They loved it. So we went outside and we had the challenge of, can we pick up 100 pieces of trash? Okay, and you can kind of see this was me tallying it up, and then I gave it a little smiley face when we reached 100. But to make it a little easier for myself, I had a student that was like my assistant, and this child sat next to me as I tallied this stuff up, which I got some footage, so I'll insert it. But this child specifically sat next to me with the trash bag and helped me to count the pieces, because those kids were just thrown in left and right. And literally when we hit 100 pieces, they were like, wait, do we have to stop? And of course I was like, no, you don't have to stop. But that was so fun. It was so cute. They really enjoyed Okay, so then, and that was like during the science time. And then when we got to writing at the end of the day, they had two different activities. One activity was, if I had $100, I would buy. And whatever they had to buy, it had to be in a complete sentence, and they had to explain to me why they would want to choose that. Like, out of everything, why that? And then they had to draw a picture. So this child, let's see, which one? Oh, if I had $100, I would buy a pass to college. I would buy this so I would not have to pay. Me too. It's a good one. Oh, if I had $100, I would buy a tablet because I could listen to my own music without sharing with my sister. Sibling problems. Let's see. It was so cool to just kind of see what they said. Like, if I had $100, I would buy a lot of ice cream to share with my class. I would do this because I will become closer with my classmates and we will all have a sweet treat. So sweet. And like her little picture was them sharing. I thought that was cute. Oh, if I had $100, I would buy a GoPro camera because it's fun to make videos of jumping on the trampoline, swimming, sliding on slides and water slides, and riding your bike or scooter. So this was just very interesting. So that was a really cute and fun activity. It didn't take a lot of time either. It's very low prep. That's what I love about all of these, is they're low prep. It does not take a lot of time to get together. Now, it took me a little bit just to find some activities that I really wanted to do with my kids. So that was really the longest thing. But no worries, I already did all the research for you, and I'll post it below. But the very last thing, and I'm going to do my best to kind of blur everything out just because I don't want any of my students' stuff to be shown. But, oh, this is so cute. Okay. Alright, so essentially I took my students' pictures and I made them old. It was like an app on my phone, but I made them old, and then they had to say, hi, my name is, and they had to write their name. They just had to say, my name is blank, and they had to write their name. And then it says 3 goals that I really want to accomplish by the time I turn 100. They had to come up with 3 actual goals that they want to accomplish, essentially in life. So I had some kids put, I want to be a coach by the time I turn 100. Another thing I want to do is fly a plane by the time I turn 100. And another thing I want to do is have a family. Oh, so cute. Aw, one thing I want to do is have a job in the Army. And I want to get a house, and I want to have a family. Y'all, I thought this one was so funny. You could tell how much they pay attention to me because, like, I'm very open with my kids. So they knew when I was in my master's. I actually had a little girl and her brother bring me flowers and cupcakes to celebrate the day of my master's graduation. But anyways, one of her things was, the last thing I want to do is get my master's degree at 34. Oh, she wants to be in a movie. I want to be the fastest runner. I want to become a YouTuber. Y'all, it was just so cute. And so, yeah. So I literally just, and I've made this myself, so I'll see if I can figure out how to post it. But, yeah. It was just so cute, and they had an awesome time with it. And y'all, they cracked up for hours looking at their photo. Like, it's the small things. I literally printed these at home. They were from pictures I had of my kids a while ago. So I just used those same photos, and we just made a fun day out of it. And I don't regret it one bit. I'm tired, so I'm about to head up out of here. I'm about to head out of here, not up out of here. But of course, I have my handy dandy little notebook with me, making sure I've checked off all of my to-do lists. And I'm gonna go hang out with my husband and my dogs. But I hope that this gave you some ideas of some fun things that you can do with your class on the 100th day of school. And I hope that when your day does come for the 100th day, that you have an awesome day. And wait, don't leave. Let me show you two more things that I did with my kids. So this wasn't anything I really did with my kids, but it was just a small little gift. So this morning I gave them cookies with the 100. I'll insert a picture here if I did not already talk about it in my previous video from this morning. So I'll insert it here if not. But I want to show you this. So when the kids came back from specials, I had this sitting on their desks. It just says, "Hey Smarty Pants, you are 100 days smarter. I am so proud of you. XO Miss Welch." And they were just so tickled. Like, it's something so simple, but it means the world to them. And it means the world to me to see smiles on their faces. So this was not expensive. It was not very high prep. It was so easy. So I challenge you to go and do something different with your class, because this is honestly something I wouldn't have done with my class. I'm just that way. I like to be organized, so any chaos or something that could turn into chaos really stresses me out, and I stray away from it. But it was so worth it today. So I will catch back up with you guys in another vlog, and I will see you soon.